Breaking news is bad news for Jimmy Kimmel fans. The latest is that the ABC stations that are being targeted by the FCC were just told internally, this means from the corporate side, not from the government side, to pull the Kimmel promos for this week. You know what that means? This, you may like it, you may not, but it's not about Kimmel. It's about the levers of power. So this guy doesn't like a joke, and now he's using federal agencies to shut down a broadcast show because he doesn't like it. Think about that. Now,
yes, I don't know why people don't understand exactly what is going on. The calling to fire Jimmy is to draw attention to what he has been doing and the disrespect he gave the First Lady. This is just all. Yeah. They want to draw attention. People should be mindful with the kind of things they say on the air. At some point, very important, I'm not into canceling people. I'm always against that. But when it concerns someone's life, it's very important to take note.
You would think if you're in Jimmy Kimmel's shoes, I said this yesterday, that you maybe had an oh shit moment when you saw this happen. Like, oh my God, I just made a joke about him getting assassinated. This is going to blow back on me. And you might go out on the air on Monday and just say, you know what? It was a tasteless joke. I apologize. Obviously, I don't want anything to happen to the president or first lady. That's not exactly how it went. Watch.
This was Thursday, and there was no big reaction to it until this morning when I greeted the day facing yet another Twitter vomit storm. And a call to fire me from our First Lady, Melania Trump, saying I should be fired because of a joke I made, like an expectant widow, which obviously was a joke about their age difference and the look of joy we see on her face every time they're together.
Okay. So it's all on Trump. It's Trump's fault. You need to talk to your husband about hateful rhetoric. I'm not excusing all the things that Trump says, but Jimmy Kimmel's responsible for his own comments, his own behavior. And if he actually wants us to believe that he agrees hateful and rhetoric is bad, he needs to explain why he continues to do it. Because that clearly was not a joke about age difference. It was an assassination joke. We all know that.
ABC's vantage point, it's extremely inconsistent. They've had no issue firing Roseanne Barr in 2 seconds. She tried to apologize. They said no way. They fired Chris Harrison from The Bachelor because he said, should we fire somebody and get rid of her for going to a party when she was a teen? And I'd like to remind people, too, I mean, when Obama was president, there was literally a clown at a rodeo in Missouri who made a joke about Obama getting gored by a bull. He got fired. So unless it's Trump, we have a very high standard for what we expect of entertainment employees and what we expect in terms of being respectful to the president. And
we've got some breaking news on the fight between the Trump administration and Jimmy Kimmel. The FCC is preparing to challenge the licenses of ABC affiliate stations. And a source tells CNN the process will begin as early as this afternoon.
It is happening. I don't know if you've seen this. The Federal Communication Commission is expected to issue an order today requiring Disney, its owned and operated television station to file their broadcast license renewal ahead of schedule. The move is reportedly in response to Jimmy joke referring to First Lady Melania as expectant widow, according to NBC. NBC News, the source described the move as unprecedented and directly tied to Jimmy's description of First Lady as an expectant widow on an episode of his ABC late night show last week. Jimmy thought this was a good idea. Now the consequences are coming in. You will see Democrat meltdowns in the days ahead. Let this happen. I know exactly what is coming. At some point, I thought this will slide like...
So here at ABC headquarters in New York, where they produce The View, another show that's come under scrutiny from the FCC, there's a sense that Disney will push through this and Disney's willing to have the fight. The View, of course, a program that interviews lots of Democratic politicians. Maybe that's why the FCC has been investigating The View ahead of the midterms. There are multiple political pressure points all coming against Disney, but so far, Aaron, the company is standing tall.
He responded last night. What does Melania think about that? Is she buying it?
It's done. It's over. Jimmy Kimmel should be terminated from ABC. And I think ABC needs to determine, is this the type of person and violent rhetoric that it wants to affiliate with? Think about it. ABC has been protecting Jimmy Kimmel now for a long time. This isn't an isolated incident. It's been going on and on and on. And the problem, as you're very well aware, is that there are crazy people out there who are listening to this violent rhetoric, this terrible political-oriented violent rhetoric, and they're turning it into action. So for the third time now, our president has had his life at risk.
It is over. Jimmy is done. You know, sometimes you need to be humble. Yeah, I understand in comedy you can make certain kind of jokes. Imagine you making a joke, then days after it's coming to life. Everybody will believe you knew something. This is just my imagination. If you see the First Lady coming out to speak on this, no, it is up to here. They are tired. Yeah. And the trauma she went through in that hall, we saw her looks. That should frighten you even. That should make you feel for them in that room. But at some point, Jimmy thought it was the best idea, to do that. He's finding out, right?
And I would argue that Caroline Leavitt didn't mean shots should be fired, right? She was making a joke. Fair enough. So I look at that side and go, well, jokes are jokes, but the rhetoric, I think, is a little dangerous, and we've seen it a lot lately.
It seems like on Saturday night there was an opportunity for a moment of unity between the press and the current administration. Do you have faith that that might happen in the next couple of years?
I always have faith in the press. I always believe in it. I'm the son of a journalist, I believe in, I also think that you're not supposed to have a good relationship with government.
I disagree with everything that this administration stands for, but there's no place for this kind of violence that we saw 2 nights ago in Washington, D.C. Nor is there room for this kind of violence in Minnesota.
Renewal orders in decades until yesterday when it randomly ordered one against a small station owner. So in the case of Disney, these station licenses come up for renewal every 8 years, and they're not due to be renewed for a couple more years. But FCC Chairman Brendan Carr wants to challenge Disney. He wants to order those renewals in and start a process now. And it does start a lengthy legal process. There will be plenty of chances for Disney to defend itself. And like I said, ABC will probably prevail in court. But stations have to be willing to defend themselves.
When you read the manifesto of this year, ask yourselves, how different is the rhetoric from this almost assassin than what you read on social media and hear in various forums every single day?
So that room was full of some of the most important political leaders in the country right now.
Right.
Now they know, they've lived it in their own flesh, the fear that our school children go through.
Yeah. God is protecting the president. Does anybody else see that God is the one protecting the president? Every attempt, they can't get to him.
Instead for the View to actually look like this was a bad thing, they are extremely excited like these people experienced this. I don't understand. And they even thank God, like, oh, God saved them. They did not go. This should tell you a lot about these people. They are celebrating that this happened to teach them lessons, what other people are going through. I don't get the point why these people are on air.
A Republican today, like just the garden variety, even the MAGA people, I mean, I've certainly met all of them. I mean, the vice president is married to an Indian American.
Yeah, it's
they're just things, and they are not Trump doesn't care about.
Yeah, but that's
So there are backlash people.
There and
All of a sudden, it just started getting noisy.
Donald J. Trump.
Like we need to work out a number before.
Journalism has never had more access to the leader of the free world than they have right now. You could
Traditionally, I mean, this is why Trump, a lot of people say this is why he ran for president in the first place, because he was at the one where Obama just tore him a new.
Correspondents.
America great again, and you.
I'm going to end here. Thank you for watching. Please hit the video and share out. As of the social clips at the end, that is for the white algorithm. You can always keep
Eric Holder on, like, not that many.
But right now, they are under threat.
I think is damaging to Congress. Gerrymandering and ensure that in the midterms. And we're counting on you to help in.
Good evening to you. Plus creating a lot more
celebrating the win in yesterday's redistricting.
It's going to lose their congressional representation. How do you think?
Until the First Lady brought them back with her surprise statement last week.
how does this benefit?
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor. Creative content.
Why are you not looking forward to